Uh-huh. There we go. All good. So we have readies from both players. Let's count down. Game number 1 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. We are off the bar, square, and then a bar again. Already have diverging stacks. Tetris for Gerald Freeman first. How hard or easy is the rolling technique? It's mechanically difficult to get used to. But, you know, like anything, if you practice it, definitely comes, you know, it'll come along. Takes a lot of work to get down. And Sidnev actually was a late adopter of roll as well. At one point, I even had a higher roll PB than Sidnev, but then they started taking it seriously and then got amazing results. Speaking of amazing results, the last time that these two players faced off, it was quite spicy. It'll be interesting to see how this set goes with a 39 halt. Of course, that is a forced kill screen, basically meaning that you have only until level 39 to finish up. Kind of re-implementing the kill screen that was naturally implemented by the developers back when the game was made in 1989. Just to kind of try to level out the playing field for both time and actually just kind of player aggression, because if you've seen the line out era of rolling, and specifically if you look at CTWC this past year with Eric and Fractal, you can go for quite a while on just taking line outs. So forcing the line cap does allow for them to have an interesting little dynamic of added aggression, playing some more exciting kill screen for 29 speed play. Speaking of exciting, some very exciting, beautiful burns there for Sidnev. I mean, it's hard to not be biased towards these two players. They're so phenomenal. Just absolutely a joy to watch both of them. Sidnev, of course, a very big fan favorite. And like I said, it's easy to see why. They are just a phenomenal player and a phenomenal person. And Gerald, there's the whole level of mystique around him as well. And just his competitive spirit. It just makes for a really good set of matches here in the playoffs. Of course, last season as well, these were the 4 players in the playoffs. So we kind of have consistently a kind of world, not domination, but there is, you know, even at the top level, there is a big difference in skill. And we'll hopefully highlight the big, you know, the big parts of that during this playoff season. And of course, by that I mean, you know, a lot of these players at the top, you know, are really good, but the forced line cap dynamic kind of changes up, you know, how a lot of these players perform. You've noticed, like, Eric and Fractal, well, not in CTL, with the pressure of a line cap, you know, the extra aggression that's forced there, it's kind of hit them in the butt a few times. Whereas Dog Andy, Gerald, and Sidnev have excelled with the line cap. Sidnev, of course, has always been kind of an aggressive player. Just kind of fundamentally their style. Ooh, speaking of aggression, Gerald getting a little high here. Tetris. You'll take the triple, lowers the stack down 444 at 110 lines to Sidnev's 520 at 111. So we're separated by a few Tetrises here, as Sidnev knocks down another one. Gerald, very beautiful solve out of that situation, knocks down a Tetris to pass 500,000 at 125 lines. So Sidnev, you know, behind in lines, well, now barely behind in lines. Sidnev going close to the transition here with a delayed, extremely delayed Vitz. Gerald just gonna take the burns in the transition. Oh, Sidnev getting high! He's gonna have to get some good pieces here. Still has the Vitz on the board and tucks it in and gets the Tetris in the transition at 617. Immediately Tetris is after, and Gerald with a beautiful, dirty Tetris to capitalize, and continuing now to go with a center well and gets the Tetris. Yep. It's still, you know, the game's still the same in that aspect of whoever has the highest score, either at top out or at line cap, wins the game. Another Tetris there for Gerald. Beautiful spin and set up there for a couple Tetrises. So Sidnev now 120,000 points in the lead. While this is, you know, not insurmountable, it's gonna put pressure on Gerald, definitely, to try to make it up before 29. So as we have seen this season and just in previous matches, Gerald is not hindered at all by a little bit of burning. He knocks down Tetris there. Beautiful play for Gerald, the 687. Sidnev in the meantime has just kept scoring. It does have a little bit of a hold up on the right side there, so Gerald is able to clean the board up and knock a Tetris down, but Sidnev cleans up very quickly, going to 837. And beautiful overhang created for a square tuck. Gerald, beautiful throwing that L piece in there. I don't even really know how to describe it with words. And thank you so much everyone for the follows and support here. Gerald opens up that right side. Remember, if you want to support these players and help build their incentive and continue playing the game, you can use exclamation point Matcherino to contribute to the prize pool. It is all crowdfunded from the community. And yeah, everything in that Matcherino goes directly to the players. No commentators or organizers see any cut of that. And you don't even have to actually spend money to contribute. We have claim codes that you can just click on and it'll add 25 cents to the prize pool. That square burst, absolutely awful. But Gerald handles it beautifully, but is in 27. Sidnev getting hit with the square burst, doesn't have a good place to put that Z. Hangs an L, and that's gonna be at the A56. So Gerald, you need to chase down A57. You have all the time in the world to do this. Well, not all the time. You have until level 39 to do this. But just, you know, 200,000 points. There's little Tetris. There's one more available before 29 speeds kick in. I'll just take the triple into it at 904. So Gerald now is probably gonna set up, you know, a couple Tetrises, but take the burns if they show up. 140,000 points. Not quite, you know, line outable, I believe, but, you know, a Tetris in there and some triples. Gerald will be good. You're taking the triple there, they go 932 on level 31. You're just getting to see kind of why this is why we have a line cap as well. If not, Gerald could line this out for hours. Take singles. That both, you know, kind of ruins the competitive spirit of the matchups. Also, you know, some of the pressure. We're taking some good triples there. Still about 90,000 points below Sidnev's score. And you're gonna see Gerald try this up for a Tetris very soon. Of course, you always want to set up for the Tetris, but the game awareness of not kind of playing stupid. Yeah, 34 at 996, so it's about another 54,000 points. Takes that. Should have set up for the Tetris. Decided just to take the safe burns. Gerald A28. Ooh. Still able to dig this though. Opens it up. Gerald getting there very closely, but can line this out. Double, like a nice double or triple. Yeah, Gerald can just line this out now. With that triple though, Gerald will get heart number 1. We have ready from both, so let's count down. Game number 2. Well, that was a good one. Let's see an even better one for game number 2 here. In 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Sidnev with a little bit of burning to start things off here. Nothing too crazy or terrible. Gerald putting all those S's to the left side of the stack. That's definitely a good amount build out there. As so Sidnev, yet to score Tetris, gets one though to go to 26,000, and immediately counters with another Tetris. Gerald definitely would like to just get 2 more, kind of easily coast through. Of course, Sidnev won't make it easy by any means. There was a little bit more pressure on that line out than you traditionally would have seen in the line out era of roleplay. But it's still, if you can line something out, your human instinct's gonna tell you, line it out. Don't be stupid. So we saw Gerald do the aggression that he needed to in that game. But, didn't need a whole lot, 200,000 points. And starting in 26, 27. So we just try to maximize the scoring. We're going into 29, and then just played it safe. Got this up for the Tetrises. If they came, you would take them, but if they got a little bit dicey at all, just burn it out. Speaking of burning things out, Sidnev with a beautiful 1 burn solve with that situation. And now it's just waiting for another bar to come, and they're gonna knock down the Tetris, go to 177. Gerald in the lead at 204,000 points. Of course, if you want to play classic Tetris in the league format specifically, feel free to join the Discord server. !Discord will get you information to join the CTL Discord. And if you're not about a max out level skill, you can also join TNP using !TNP. This is our sister server where you can grow and develop as a player, fundamentally functioning as the lower levels of Classic Tetris League. Of course, if you know, might have played a lot when you're younger, a little rusty, even if you know, might have been a max outer back in the day and you can't score Tetris on 18 speed now, you should still join. Maybe join TNP, even if your PB shows you're competent. It's a good place to relearn skills, learn skills, develop skills, and make friends. One of the great things about this community is the aspect of being able to make friends. Like both of these players, I'd consider pals. Gerald a little less so, but still been able to foster relationships through the community because of places like CTL, TNP, and other hubs of the community. Speaking of which, Sidnev opening up a pretty strong lead here. Sitting at 476 through 106 lines, so a couple Tetrises ahead of Gerald. Gerald's going to take that there. The 445. Tetris 4 Sidnev build up for another one. Beautiful, beautiful stack. And nice S-spin there for Gerald Freeman. 446 knocks down the Tetris. 469, hey now. 522 for Sidnev. Sidnev's gonna knock down another one. Gerald's gonna counter immediately after with one of his own. And then we're gonna keep getting them kind of in stereo. Slightly off sync. As Gerald takes one after Sidnev just took one. The best advice anyone can get in classic Tetris is just don't be a hero, take the burn. It's very cliche, but it can save you more times than not. Even if you're at like the top level. Speaking of which, Sidnev transition 617. Holding out for a couple nice pieces here, opens up the right side. And Tetris for Sidnev, Gerald 563 on level 19. Gets a Tetris of his own to go to 589. And we have a couple more Tetrises here. Sidnev with some nice burns, flat burns. Gerald with a misdrop there of the L. 2 burns, and it's like nothing even happened. That was just phenomenal there for Sidnev. I didn't even know what was going on. And they just tucked that in beautifully. Both players on 22. Sidnev takes the Tetris into level 23 at 812,000. Under 100,000 point lead here. Sidnev takes the Tetris. Is ahead by 10 lines now. Gerald 730 in level 22. Takes the Tetris into level 23, going to 758. Sidnev still keeping about a level ahead. Interesting how this opened up just from a little bit of burning, or a little bit of higher up play. Beautiful Tetris there, and flat burn with the T that opened it up and knocks down another Tetris for Sidnev. 965, so we're looking at an early max out once again for Sidnev. It's kind of the, you know, had a, I want to say high, it was, you know, a high max out in the last game, but Gerald was just able to stay alive longer. And when you're playing against a player like Gerald, you need to keep going no matter what happens. So, you know, maxing out on level 26. Gerald will max out potentially into 27 here, if perfect. Well, could max out in 26 with the next Tetris. My apologies, math is hard. And Tetris for the max out for Gerald, going to A11. Then I'm doing a little bit of cleaning up here right before going into level 28. Sidnev, arguably one of the best stackers in the game, will tend to throw a little bit of aggression into their stacking as well, but still rivals any of the top players now. Gerald with the 1.1, Sidnev with the 1.1, and Sidnev with the Tetris in the 29 with the 1.2. The 1.2 into kill screen for Sidnev. Gerald has 2 Tetrises available, but does have a hole on row 5. So we'll opt probably to take the Tetris here and then start burning in 29. The 1.15. Sidnev with the Tetris here. The C66. Well, Gerald does have to do a little bit of down stacking here, so Sidnev can add on a couple. Oh, a double flip with that Z could be fatal for Sidnev. Needs to get some nice pieces. Can't get that all the way over. And over rolls actually needed the 3 tap and did the 4. And that's gonna be it for Sidnev at C78. So Gerald needs to get C77. Already in level 31. Parity is not great. C79. Couple Tetrises will do it, Gerald. Doesn't even have to take Tetrises now. Just once again, kind of some safe line out. Which is totally understandable. Don't want to do something super aggressive to where it could cost you. Just needs about another 30,000 points. Well, a Tetris would secure it. It's just you don't want to take that unnecessary risk. A single will do it, and Gerald gets game number 2. GG's. We have readies from both players, so let's count down game number 3. Hopefully we can see this go on to be a longer set. A sweet game 5 out of everyone. Everyone loves to see more Tetris. So let's count it down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Remember, both of these players have already secured their spots in the playoffs. It is just going for better seeding. And the seeding, well, what does that matter? You might ask if they're all in the playoffs. Well, if you're in the losers bracket, which is what the second place finish in Division 1A and 1B will get, you can only lose 1 time. You have to do more. Yeah, you still get money. And you can still work your way up. There. It all depends. Gerald will have to face the winner of Dog and Andy. Because that one's also going to be decided by the next game. Oh, and Sidnev topped out 26,000. So Gerald with the sweep. Will be going on to face the winner of Dog and Andy. I think that might have just been, I don't know. So you're good, Gerald. I am confused? Jeez. Either way, let's take a look at what the playoff will look like here. So Gerald, in the winner's bracket, will be taking on the winner of Andy and Dog. And Sidnev will take on the loser of Andy and Dog. So really quick, we're gonna just go to our mid-roll and oops. Go to the mid-roll and set up for the next one between Dog and Andy. Just let me know, you two, if you're gonna be on your alts or not. I assume Dog's gonna be on Dog playing SMB1. Okay. Oh, that's fine. A little ahead of schedule. That's fine. Just whenever y'all are ready, go live. In the meantime, I'd love to thank everyone here in Classic Tetris League who has made getting to this part of the season, even possible. Some of our restreamers who have stepped up, some of our schedulers who have just taken an absolute lead and being great ambassadors for the community. I will answer your question in just a second. I just want to thank people like Zempro, Ivory, who else have been taking a lot of restreams recently. Tyler, and Ken, Dan, Matt, ED, T-Storm, just people that have been stepping up, Kevin for a bit. Yeah, the reason for having alts ads for 1 and 2 being obviously you don't want to kind of ruin engagement. Because to get ads, you have to be a affiliate. I mean, if you want to be able to get subscribed to, you could have more than 50 followers and not have affiliate. Like, there are some very, very famous people who don't do it because they just think it's a ripoff. Speaking of which, while we are waiting for the 2, yeah, you have to have like watch time, followers, and average viewers. I'm gonna run a quick ad break since we're waiting for Dog and Andy. And if you're subscribed, then chat for a second. Hey, you can just not accept it. You have to have like 10 hours of streaming in like a week or something like that. Have 3 average viewers and like 50 followers. So, if you want to actually play in CTL, what can you do? Well, we're going to talk through. It's a little scuffed. So the registration is now open. If you're coming back from the ads. Welcome back, everyone, here from the ad break. It is much appreciated you taking the time to support Classic Tetris League. Just wanted to share some amazing information for all of you watching here today. That registration for Season 20, that's right, the next season of Classic Tetris League is now open. Want to hang in here with the top 5 divisions of players in the Classic Tetris community? Well, if you think you're good enough, come on in and try the challenge, see what you can do. Play with anyone from Division 5 to Division 1, or if you're not quite at that level, like I mentioned earlier, we do have our sister server, Tetris for the non-pros, where you can go develop your skills and learn how to compete. Well, you can join the Discord server, use !Discord in the chat here, or !TNP, or both. You can join both servers, it would be definitely appreciated. And you can go into the new players channel for instructions on how to sign up. The next season begins on March 5th, so we have a little bit of a break here. So if you're a max out player, you can join Classic Tetris League and just join there and learn how to play and build up to the community. And also, thank you, Rolch. I think if that's how you pronounce it, you are the 1,500th follower. So yes, thank you so much. Yes. Beautiful slide made for Sharky's Classic Tetris Insider. Yes, it could be the same exact playoff bracket as last season as well. Well, it means that we could get Dog Andy finals, no matter what happens. Yeah, you can use these links that you see on the screen here. If you want to take a screenshot of that so you always have them, these will get you to the Discords for both CTL and TNP, or you can use !Discord or !TNP in the chat. And of course, if you want to look at Matcherino, you can use !Matcherino. Currently at $520.64. There we go. So if you want to do that, you are more than welcome always to support. But nothing is, nothing's mandatory. Anything's optional and appreciated. I mean, the players definitely would appreciate it. Dog, Andy, Sidnev, and Gerald all have worked so hard at developing their skills. So any reward that we can give them is great. There, !Matcherino, or this link in there will get you directly to the Matcherino. And of course, if you want to join other communities in Classic Tetris, when you just saw a slide for Classic Tetris Wars, hosted by Grand Designs and Colin, two amazing people in the community as well, doing non-traditional competitive style matchups. They're all really fun and lend their own satisfying and interesting dynamics that vary from standard Classic Tetris, such as Battle Royals, excuse me, that's how he calls it. What else do we have in CTW? PB TV, where people can try to chase down their PB team battles, and many other things. We're just getting situated. We will have very, very good Tetris for you coming up in just a moment, so stick around, stay tuned. For Dog and Andy, for their, I don't even know how many matches they've played against each other, but they've played a lot. It is a rematch of the 2020 World Championship. Or, yeah, 2020. Time's a blur. And of course, we also have many different Classic Tetris events going on today. Classic Tetris Gauntlet, the finals of that will be happening on the Classic Tetris channel. So, you can also see Sidnev once again over there. We didn't get enough of him today. Sharky says Tetris is better than the Super Bowl, and I have to be one to agree. Sure, the commercials might not be as exciting, but the action is better.